Chicago. It's time for the NASCAR playoffs, and it's time for NASCAR.com and NASCAR Facebook Live GarageCam. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner. This is your live stream 30 minutes before practice for the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. And check it out, Brett Moffitt's here. All right, man, you've been working on polishing that helmet right there, getting the visor put on, and getting ready to get in this 83 car.
Yeah, we were running a little behind this morning. We had a little mix-up with the rental cars at the airport. So
what happened?
They weren't there when we got there, and we ended up
Did
flying.
you have to
walk? No, we just bummed a ride.
All right.
No,
hitchhiked.
we ended up getting our cars, so it's all good. The guys are working hard getting the 83 ready for practice here, and it's good to be back in the Cup Series and back with BK Racing, and I love Chicago, so it should be fun.
So what's your favorite thing about Chicago? I mean, this racetrack has definitely developed a unique character, but, you know, all in all, man, we're in Joliet, Chicago's nearby. It's a pretty cool part of the country.
It's a cool atmosphere, and for me, it's pretty close to home, so my parents are driving over for the weekend, and they'll be here to watch. And like you said, the racetrack's fun. You get to move around on it. I haven't been here since 15, so I'm sure it's changed a little bit, maybe got a little rougher, but me and Josh Wise had a blast back in 15 racing here because we were just running the crap out of each other and moving up as high as we could, and it just makes for fun racing.
All right, deep dish? You deep dish guy?
Oh, dude, look at this,
whatever, dude. I mean, look at the comparison. You're like a string bean compared to mashed potato, baked potato here. Hey, so what's your favorite deep dish place, man?
I don't have a place. I went to one time.
You don't discriminate. You just whatever deep dish, just make it happen.
I came here with NASCAR Next one time, and we went out, and it was the best deep dish I ever had, and I cannot remember the name of the restaurant.
All right. It's fine. We'll give you a few. All right, Brett Moffitt driving this number 83 car. Oh, here we go. Hey, I spot a turtle. What's up, Turtle?
What's going on?
How you doing, Turtle? What turtle are you? Do you even know?
I got Bebop and Rocksteady on the hood, so.
Dude, I mean, Rocksteady would kind of be more you because you're kind of like hard-nosed, kind of tough guy,
tough
right?
Guy, right? Yeah, that's me. Yeah,
so
I'll go with that
Rocksteady.
one.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, I like
What's it like, man? You got the cool Hulu car every week with the awesome paint scheme. That's when you're sitting in the grandstands, man. When you see Jeffrey Earnhardt's car, you can see it across the track.
It's bright, right?
Cool, man.
Yeah, you can see it from anywhere. It's cool because, you know, Hulu's green, turtles are green, so.
Yeah. Well, now you do have a paint scheme that most young people in America would think is really cool, man, because you got a bunch of turtles on it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's a little loud, but it looks really cool. You know, it's quite the cool paint scheme. So, you know, it's cool for them to give us the opportunity to be able to run this paint scheme here this weekend, and hopefully we can take this Hulu Bebop Rocksteady car and put together a good run here in Chicago.
All right, make it rock steady. There you go. Jeffrey Earnhardt, the Hulu machine. And okay, we got to give you a peek at this car because it is kind of cool right here. Check it out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Garage Cam. Dillner and a half shell. Or maybe Beatty, our producer. Behind the scenes show on NASCAR.com, there's Justin Beatty. Single, ladies, from Phoenix, Arizona, and the Taken CJ Latirzo audio extraordinaire. Let's roll on to the other side of the garage here. So there's a bunch of cars over here we could show you. Get in that chat. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you want to see. You got some questions for us on GarageCam? Spit them out, man. We'll try to get them answered. You got some comments on things you like, things you don't like? I mean, it is social media, man. Everybody's got a darn opinion. It's part of it. The number 13, Ty Dillon. In his rookie season, make sure you check out the Sunoco rookie pieces on NASCAR.com each and every week. They're radioactive for rookies, pretty much. The number 43 of Eric Amarola, of course. A lot of things going on with this team this week. Of course, Smithfield announcing they're going over to Stewart-Haas Racing, and you expect to see Eric Amarola over at that Stewart-Haas Racing camp, and question marks on what's going to happen with this 43 car. Of course, the iconic 43 of Richard Petty. I'm sure this car will be back in. There's rumors Bubba Wallace could be in it for a full-time season for next year. It is silly season. There's silly stuff going on everywhere. In my 19 years of working in this garage, I've never seen a silly season so silly. Devour. Check out that fork. Michael McDowell trying to devour some competition this weekend with this Levine Family Racing team. Yeah, there is the NASCAR playoffs. 16 teams have made it to this point. But remember, there's a bunch of other cars that are in the race, including Chris Buescher. A lot of guys that have a lot to prove and a lot to race for. So, including A.J. Allmendinger. Let's get out into this bright sunshine. Wow, it's a beautiful day in Chicago. Warm weather. And, of course, another big news item, Danica Patrick announcing that she will not be back with Stewart-Haas Racing in 2018. She also announced on her Facebook page that, indeed, she will not be retiring, as much was speculated about Danica stepping away from the sport. So we will see where she lands, if she lands here or where she lands. But the number 10 car next year will not have Danica Patrick. I'm getting a massage there. That was great. Can you come around the whole garage cam and just give me a massage? Yeah, all right. And Spanky right there. Spanky, man, hey, what you cooking?
All I can say is Aspen Dental this weekend.
Okay, so you're cooking.
We're cleaning teeth this weekend.
Cleaning teeth.
Cleaning teeth.
So, in other words, all your food is healthy for teeth. No sugars.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
You can say we're gluten free.
Gotta love it. David Reagan, the number 38, Good Sam car. Oh, we got another turtle car. Got some more turtle power. The number 32 of Matt DiBenedetto. Man, that's the first time I've not been able to pronounce his name, I think, in the history of me being able to speak since I was young. Turtles all over the place this weekend. We got turtles all over. Check out this turtle. If you guys would think which one of them would be a turtle, which one would it be? All right, Landon Castle, you're not a turtle. You got the Camping World thing on.
I'm not in the Camping World car.
Oh, that's right. That is David Reagan.
That's my teammate.
Yes,
David Reagan.
that is.
But
all right. You're the Love's truck stop, and I love Love's, by
I'm
the way.
also not the Love's car this weekend.
You aren't?
No.
Who are you?
I'm the CSX
Are you
Play
Landon
It Safe
Castle?
car.
Oh, okay. To play it safe. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you know,
play
it
it safe.
doesn't cost too much more to pay attention, does it?
Yeah, no, not really.
No, that's okay.
Thanks, Landon. I love you, too. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. All right.
Corey LaJoy, everybody.
Yeah, Corey LaJoy, like Hogg's Garage Cam. We love that about him.
Yeah.
So, plus he has an amazing beard.
He's a handsome fella.
He is. Have you ever thought of having a beard like that? See, I got your back.
I'm always thinking about it. But I shave once a week whether I need it or not.
You do?
And so I'm coming up on it.
Yeah.
Usually on Fridays.
It's not looking too good.
Usually on Fridays or Saturdays. I don't shave on Saturday night too much because if there's like a mark or something on Sunday morning, I don't want to be embarrassed.
You know, we do have Sharpies.
Oh, yeah, I can fill that in.
All right, man. Chicago, I don't know. Let's come up with something weird here. Deep dish?
What?
You like it?
Yeah, deep dish pizzas are great. It'll bloat you up before a race, but
yeah.
I don't know. I try to eat healthy, I guess.
Yeah, you are a healthy guy. All right.
No, I bet you this guy will eat a deep dish.
This guy will
I'll
eat.
crush a deep dish.
He'll drink the grease out of the bottom of it. Like, wow. I mean, the dude will drink like.
I don't know about drinking.
STP,
but I'm not
man.
the type that like dabs it. Dabs
No,
the top.
you're not a dabber?
Napkin. I'm not a dabber.
You don't dab?
No.
You dab?
No.
Dab on it?
No.
No. Okay. If you were a turtle, what turtle would you be?
Probably Donatello.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. That's the one with like the short little, the knives, I think.
Yeah. We think Jeffrey Earnhardt is Rocksteady.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he's the big Rocky-looking weird thing.
Oh.
Anyway, all right, guys, we'll leave you back to your conversation. We love interrupting conversations on NASCAR.com. Oh, yeah. Hey, good spotter. Hey, Trey Tomato almost ran me over. Look at Trey digging with the wheels here. Like a road course here. He just went through the chicane. Trey was my ride back from Richmond last week. Bummed to ride with him and arrived back in the Charlotte area at about 5 in the morning. It was really interesting. Hey, let's see. I mean, I haven't gotten it. Beatty, do we have anybody in this Facebook Live? I'm sure there's tons of people watching. Oh, we do. Okay. Kenneth Harmon says hello. Louis DiDonato says he would like to see Chase Elliott. Oh, Mary Rogers loves the Ninja car. Oh, I love it. Love it. Carol Young says she'll miss Danica. Well, these would be good things to know. So, awesome. I'm glad that you'll miss Danica. I don't think we'll have to miss her. I think she'll be in this sport. She definitely has a passion for Kirkcraft. Chandra wants a birthday shout out. Hey guys, come on. Happy birthday, Chandra. He lip synced it for you. Happy birthday. See, look. See, yeah, happy birthday, Chandra. Hey, Bonsignor, say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There you go. We had a fan that had a birthday. There you go. I mean, if you don't come back and watch GarageCam on NASCAR.com or Facebook Live now, I mean, come on. What else you want? We give you a birthday shout out. The 2005 winner at Chicago sits in this part of the garage, and that is, of course, the Exalta number 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. from Mooresville, North Carolina. You know, it's a sad day right now. You know why? This is the last time we're going to see this Exalta paint scheme, man. This darn thing is awesome. And if you don't like this Exalta paint scheme, I don't think you like race cars. This is probably one of the hottest looking paint schemes of the season, in my opinion. Put the number 88 right here. So get one good last look at it. The rest of the season, he's running that nationwide ride. And then, of course, the throwback car for his final race at Homestead Miami Speedway. Number 6 of Trevor Bayne in the garage. Of course, we have to thank our sponsors, Mobile One. I use Mobile One. Stuff's awesome, man. The flags are up. The wind's blowing here near Windy City. We're in Joliet, Illinois, home of Jake and Elwood, the Blues Brothers. The prison that they shot that movie at is just around the corner. Daniel Suarez, the Stanley Toyota. There is Joey Logano. One of the surprise stories of the year, not making the chase. This is an incredible team. Do not judge them by that performance. Of course, they had that encumbered win at the beginning of the year in Richmond. Hit a little bit of a tough patch throughout the season, but this is a group of guys and group of racers on this team that you can't count out, and I would pretty much guarantee that they're going to make some sort of noise in the final 10 races. Eric Jones, the number 77, Barney Visser, announcing on Sirius Satellite XM radio this week to Claire B. Lang that they are selling the charter of this number 77 team and do not plan on running this second team out of the Furniture Row Racing Shops in Colorado. They plan on going back to the single car team with Martin Truex Jr., barring possible 11th hour sponsorship and driver combo that could get this number 77 back on track. Visser saying he was very disappointed because they hired a lot of great people. And I'll tell you what, there are a lot of great people at Furniture Row. They have made quite a splash this year. And, you know, Eric Jones didn't make the chase, didn't make the playoffs in his rookie year. But the last 5 races or so, this 77 car has picked up the pace and has been one of the fastest cars on the track. We're already halfway, BD. Give me some more people. Give me some more shout outs. We need some more shout outs. Somebody's got to have a question on Facebook Live. Clint Boyer, aka Clint Boyer from Emporia, Kansas. Murphy. Hold it. Hey, Murphy, you holding up the wall, man? Oh, wait, Dustin's got to go through. He's big time.
What's happening?
Hey, you holding up the wall? We're live on GarageCam. You don't have to hold the mic. This is my mic.
Okay.
Don't you touch my mic.
I'm not touching your mic anymore.
So tell the fans what you do.
I'm a body hanger for Stenhouse Racing. Basically everything on the outside, take care of. Noses to tails to roofs, everything. Take care of the bodies. Yep.
How'd you get started? I know this story, but how'd you get started in the sport?
I moved down here right after high school.
From?
Rochester, New York.
Yep.
Never worked on a race car, never did nothing with any type of racing. And I ran into a buddy. He said, I know this guy who needs some help working on his race car. And I said, I'd love to. So I went up, knocked on his door.
Literally knocked on
his door. Mike Herman Jr. opened the door, said hello. I said, I heard you need some help with your race car. And he said, what do you know? And I said, nothing. He said, how much you need to get paid? I said, nothing. He said, well, come on in. You're perfect. So it all started there about 10 years ago now. So.
Well, it just goes to show kids watching the show, if you want to work on a race car, go knock on a driver's door. You know, maybe go to a door, you know, in the mill town in Kannapolis, North Carolina, like a Mike Herman Jr., who's, you know, raced for several years and a good racer himself, and is now a spotter for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Doug Maxwell says hello. Melissa says, thanks for going live. Hey, Melissa, thanks for watching. she says she can't believe Joey didn't make the playoffs. We can't believe it either. I picked him to win the championship going into the season, just for the record. So I'm wrong. I suck. Dustin from Seneca Falls. Ooh, Seneca Falls says hello. Beautiful, beautiful area right there. And now we get into the playoff section of our garage. Austin Dillon, the number 3 car in the round of 16, the first round of the NASCAR playoffs for this welcome North Carolina driver. Not too good here at Chicago. The last time we were here, though, his best finish in Chi-Town of 14th, but an average finish in Chicago of 25th, among the worst of the 16 drivers that made the NASCAR playoffs. Matt Kenseth, the number 20 car. Interior guy going over this car a little bit. And remember, watching at home, okay, if you don't know who's in the playoffs, it's easy. We do have some indicators, such as this handy-dandy lime green spoiler, the monster green spoiler. Let's just get it clear. It's not lime green. It's monster green. Throw up the monster claw right there. But Matt Kenseth in the number 20 car. Kenseth has started all 16 races at Chicago, one of only 3 drivers that can say they've done that, and 4th best driver rating at Chicago for Matt Kenseth. So I got to keep an eye on. He really ran well last week until that ambulance fiasco. Kasey Kahne walking away. He's got the strong against cancer colors on this car. I dig that. Just having a few good conversations this week. My cousin celebrating a big anniversary. Man, I don't even know how long it's been, 25 years or so. She kicked cancer's butt a few times, and it's a car that she would like right here, Jamie. Kyler Hansen asks, who's your pick for the playoffs? Ooh, good question. You know, I think it's only fair to pick the final 4 right now at this point, because these playoffs are so unpredictable. You know, you've got wild cards in there, like Jamie McMurray here, who, you know, they got their first playoff points and, you know, sitting in that 16 spot in the 16 seed of the top 16. But the consistency of this team, you can't count them out. But I'd have to say, if I had to pick the final 4, a given with as many playoff points as they have, is Martin Truex Jr. I believe 53 playoff points. So for Martin Truex Jr., so which is just unbelievable. I would probably say he and Larson will definitely make it in. Kyle Busch, I think, will make it in. And then I'm going to say Jimmie Johnson, because Jimmie has been on a slump recently, a big slump. But when it comes to playoff time, who has consistently performed better in our sport than Jimmie Johnson? So let's just get that straight. The number 2 car, Brad Keselowski, you can't count out this Miller group. And superstar PR person right here, David Hovis, probably going live as well. Another thing to look out for if you're watching on TV, you see the lime green bands on top of the car, indicating what cars are in the NASCAR playoffs. The number 42, oh, thanks. Can you clean me up? You know, do I need a clean? I don't know, can you put SD20 on a camera? Wes making sure you guys have a clear view, but the number 42 of Kyle Larson with that win last week, his 4th win of the season for Kyle Larson. 3 starts here at Chicago, a best of a 3rd place finish, 33 playoff points. That win was big to put him 2nd in the seedings here for the NASCAR playoffs. Kyle Larson, I think if he gets to Homestead, oh, it might be lights out. He'd be the favorite person in Homestead, in my opinion, because you have to run so close to that wall. Mark McRae says, hello from the Great Lakes. Deb Arndt, hello from Eastern Pennsylvania. Oh, yeah, we love it. Pennsylvania posse right there, about to do a little body work here after some inspection, it appears. Usually when they put the saran wrap, as I like to call it, over the windows, that means they're about to do some sanding or do something that's going to create a little bit of dust, and we want to keep that dust from outside of the race car. There's the number 78 Furniture Row. Number 1 seed in the NASCAR playoffs for Martin Truex Jr. The Candy Man. 11 starts for Martin Truex Jr. at Chicago. only one top 5. Well, that top 5 was his win last year in this race. So Truex Jr. Looking to repeat as a winner at Chicago. The 2008 race winner, the number 18 of Kyle Busch, and the number 48 of Jimmie Johnson, still has yet to get a win at Chicagoland Speedway. And that win list has grown in this place. He's just been so dominant here. Nobody's led more laps at Chicago than Jimmie Johnson. Yes, that's right, and he's never won a race. Second best driver rating at this track, 397 quality passes, the most of anybody statistically in the history of Chicagoland Speedway. Chad Knaus giving us a little wave as he enters the pit box. Practice coming up shortly. Back out into the bright sunshine, some cars tuning up their engines. The number 4 of Kevin Harvick stands beside his crew as they just mounted some fresh Goodyear rubber on the side of this race car. 1 win so far this season compared to 4 wins last year. So yeah, you know, they're still in the playoffs, so things aren't looking that down. But in comparison, last year, this year he's led 567 laps. Last year he led 867 more laps than he did this year. So the dominance just not there, but the consistency is there. Maybe not running in that first position all the time like he was last year, but Kevin Harvick definitely going to be a force to contend with in the playoffs this week. Last week struggled with his car a little bit at Richmond. Denny Hamlin's FedEx number 11 car sitting in the garage area, average finish of 16th here. 1 Chicago win for Hamlin. Ricky Stenhouse, the 2-time winner this year. The Wood Brothers Ford. That Pocono win vaulting him into the playoffs in NASCAR. For Ryan Blaney. And there is Blaney at the back of his ride, getting set to enter his first playoffs in NASCAR. All right, buddy. That's loud. All right, man, getting set to enter your first playoffs here. I mean, is it just like any other race? Is it just kind of laid back, Ryan Blaney, like normal?
Yeah, I mean, it's really, yeah, it's an important 10 weeks, but and it's really nice to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But really, it's just another race. You have to approach it that way, I feel like. And you know, we're just nice to be here and really excited to be a part of it, be a part of our first playoffs. And, Chicago's usually been pretty good for us, so hopefully we can have another good run this year and see how far we can go and try to get win number 100. That'd be good, but just another race, that's all.
Well, you finished 4th, I think, here in your debut in the Cup Series. This place, though, is pretty tricky. You got that big old bump in turn 3.
Yeah, it's gotten pretty rough over the last couple of years. Into 1's starting to get pretty bad, and like you said, turn 3 is really rough over the tunnel. So that changes every time we come here, and hopefully we have changed enough stuff to kind of you know, compensate for those bumps. And we'll see here in about 10 minutes how we're going to be.
All right, Ryan Blaney, thanks for joining us on GarageCam. We appreciate it. The driver, that number 21, and Chase Elliott alongside in this number 24. Chase Elliott last year, another driver making his debut at Chicago, and a 3rd place finish for him in his debut last year. But you know, something, you know, I like going over some notes and stuff. I'm kind of a nerd, if you guys didn't realize. And you know, something I kind of stumbled upon and I just realized, you know, in exploring the consistency of Chase Elliott, this Dawsonville, Georgia driver, is that's 67 Cup Series races between his 2 full seasons and a part-time season in the Cup Series. And in 67 races, Chase Elliott has 0 DNFs. So if you look at a performance of a rookie, people always like to make the headlines of, well, he hasn't visited victory lane yet. But if you look at the fact that how many laps he's completed in his young Cup career, and the fact that he has no DNFs in those 67 starts, that's quite a feat for a young race car driver. Here's a wild card if I ever saw one. We were talking about who you think can do it. Ryan Newman surprised everybody a few years ago and almost stole the championship at Homestead. And he's one of 2 RCR cars in the chase. A guy that loves Chicago so much because he's a Chicago Cubs fan is KB41 right there, Kurt Busch. And I'll tell you what, this team the last 2 weeks, the performance of this number 41 at Darlington and at Richmond has been spectacular. So definitely a wild card in this playoff round. Of course, that win in Daytona. He's one of those 3 drivers that has started all 16 races here, including Kevin Harvick and Matt Kenseth. So the veteran strapping into this Monster Energy Ford from Stewart-Haas Racing. Yeah, of course, some question marks on where he will land in 2018, but some speculation he might stay here. 3 minutes to go on NASCAR.com GarageCam, and you can feel the intensity ramp up if you're walking through the garage. Well, maybe not for everybody, because, I mean, some people are just sitting here snacking. Chips and salsa, baby. I'll take it. Oh, Olive Branch, Mississippi in the garage area. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the NASCAR playoffs. And he's rocking that chase, well, excuse me, not chase, that playoff hat that we all got, all the drivers got in Richmond last week. The number 17. All right, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. joining us right here. All right, man, nice NASCAR playoffs. What you got for him?
Hopefully a lot of speed. Hopefully we got our Fasten On Ford tuned up. Blaney and I were just talking that when the round of these 3 are over, we want that number on our A post to change to 12. So, you know, I think maybe not a lot of people have us going to the next round, but we feel like we can, you know, we're capable of doing that. But, you know, it starts this weekend at Chicago.
Yep.
Probably the most important race. You got to get kicked off on the right foot. So we're going to give it all we got. We're going to go out here and make sure every practice, every qualifying, all the decisions between, you know, practices and practice in the race, everything's important. So we'll see how it goes, but we're ready.
Well, you guys have a little bit in the pocket with playoff points, but you know, the 1.5 mile speed here, you know, for your team has been inconsistent so far this year. But I got to say, it's got to be fun to play the underdog role, the unexpected role, kind of like Ryan Newman did a few years ago.
Yeah, Ryan's a veteran though. He's been doing this since before there was even a playoff. So
when there were square wheels,
Wooden spoke.
wooden spoilers. Yeah, it's cool being an underdog, I think. Yeah, no doubt. You know, it's cool that you know, when I won Xfinity championships, nobody had us winning those either.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
All right, thanks a lot for joining us. And Ryan Newman, get a word in here as we get ready to hit the track. 16 drivers. This is the first race in that first round of the NASCAR playoffs. Kevin Harvick won the first Monster Energy Cup Series race here. Who will win it this week? Who will get their playoffs kicked off in spectacular fashion? We will see. 7th year as the playoff opener in the wonderful city of Chicago. Make sure you tune in to the Tale of the Turtles 400. How about that name for a race? The Tale of the Turtles 400, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC Sports Network. And, of course, you can listen on MRN and Sirius Satellite XM Radio. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner. Thanks for joining us on NASCAR Facebook Live and on NASCAR.com. And until next time, we'll see you. Oh, you're good. We'll see you at the races.